If you were an 80s baby, raised in the 90s like me, you remember when Doomsday hit the stands. I wasn't allowed to have that comic because Superman died in it, and I was like 6 or 7, and my mom was like, yeah, you can't have a comic book where superheroes die. Mama, why were you trying to be such a good mama? Let's get to it.
There is a difference between you and me. We both looked into the abyss. But when it looked back at us, you blinked.
Hi guys, I'm Gravy here, and this is a DC Legends video. In this video, first of all, sorry, still we are in the process of moving, so no green screen. This is not repercussions from Joker being here, and don't expect a splice in now that I've said his name. He's gone. This video is about a completely different video, or different villain, that also broke Superman. Superman gets broken a lot. Anyway, Doomsday. Doomsday is such a PvE tune, and let's just be frank, I'm doing this just because I think he's one of the board clears of the he's something this month, and I can't even remember what it is at this point because I think Necron is a PvP reward at the end of this week. So Doomsday, he has a Showdown. That's what it is. Why? There are so many other tunes that are so much better than he is. Now, here's the other thing, too. I bought the skin. This was like a Mr. Freeze situation to me because there was no way I could have the Demented Trucker be my Doomsday once I hit Legendary. So I went back and bought the original skin because I love that way, way more. So, love the original skin more. The Legendary skin, you can miss me with it. Is he a good tune? By far, no. Like, no, absolutely not. But I'm going to go ahead and go through his kit anyway because you're going to have him in Showdown. And maybe the way you build around him, maybe you're early, mid-game, and you just need somebody to fill a role that he fills. I don't know why, but let's see. Let's just see. Let's go to his kit. Evolving Strike. Damage to an enemy, gain 1 strength up, agility up, and stamina up. Gain 1 extra strength up, stamina up, and agility up as a legendary point. Now, that could be a plus if you're running him with call assist tunes such as... I feel bad when I say this every time, but there might be somebody who's not watching, so I gotta say it. So call assist tunes like your Dark Sides, like your Hippolytas, like your Saint Walkers, those are all Mystics, I apologize. Like your Lexes. Now Lex has a call assist that you can't control. Kyle Rayner, another Mystic. He has a call assist that you can't really control. The Dark Side, his call assist, they do it on their own turn, so they're call assisting themselves, so they're okay. Hippolyta, that one's random. With Saint Walker, you actually can control that. So, but in any case, getting that 8-1 to hit as much as possible makes you stronger, harder to kill, and another time harder to kill. With the agility up and the stamina up, you're better against physical damage with the agility up. You have a deeper HP pool with the stamina up, and then the strength up, kind of obvious. So, adaptive defense. Gain 5 affinity power-ups, also making you tankier. Gain an overheal if Doomsday has 4 or more buffs. He buffs like a madman. He's also energy, so that means that if you have a Wonder Girl that pops up, she will eat him for lunch. And then a legendary, gain 25% turn meter and 1 speed up. I have to check the other ones to see why I didn't take that one, because now I'm really big into turn meter, whereas before I kind of didn't know what it was. So yeah, heavy damage to an enemy on Devastator, only usable if Doomsday has 8+ buffs. Cooldown -3 on Devastator if target is killed. Honestly, I would have taken the A2 over that one if I'm being quite frank. But that's with the knowledge of knowing that now Devastator isn't so devastating. Like it doesn't hit like it used to. And back then, like 2, 3, 4 years ago, it didn't hit that hard. So 60% chance to counter with Evolving Strike if Doomsday has 6+ buffs, which, I mean, is not bad. Gain crit immunity and 30% turn meter up whenever Doomsday receives a critical hit. Also pretty damn good. Means you should not run him under Aquaman. You should not run him with anybody that gives crit immunities as a buff, because then that's taking away from part of his kit that would be useful, and it would be, what, 65% if I ring that out? So it would be useful to have that. So running him on any team where crit immunity as a buff is giving out with any tune, or having him run under Aquaman, not going to be really good for you. Then Indestructible. Doomsday receives revives with 50% health and 6 buffs The first time he's killed in battle, gain 5 mins upon revive, and then that would be 8 buffs. This one I don't like because it's like 8 buffs, like just randomly. Like you're not gonna tell me which buffs they are, just buffs. He just gets buffs. So overall, like his kit sounds like it's not so bad. It really does sound like it's not so bad, but he just does not. And in fact, when you see the stats, I'm going to go show you 2 videos and then go through the stats. You'll see why it doesn't work that well. He's a victim of power creep, plus like ramping the way that he does. Honestly, on the A1, the way that ramps, all they would have to do to really make him a little bit better is change that strength up to an empowered strength up. And I think that would go a long way to making him more viable. They have to do a stat boost as well, don't get it twisted. But he's not really relevant. So let's go ahead and go into the battles. All right, so we have Cheetah here. I'm trying to give him strength ups. I put in Lady Shiva to try to take out Donna Troy, if I'm not mistaken, just so I could be able to get to everyone else around the team. Let's see, and to punch under that awareness. And then actually what I was going to do was I wanted to use a Bensor because Doomsday is relatively tanky, and on top of the fact he gives himself a lot of stamina ups and agility ups, especially when he gets hit on that what was it? I'm just forgetting, like gigantic brain fart. Yeah, when he receives a critical hit on the A4P1. So I wanted to try him as a taunter, not to mention the fact that a Bensor will give him heal if he has a taunt on him. So overall, I think that would work. Cheetah, of course, like I said, for the strength ups. And then Lady Shiva, I think I put in to take care of Donna Troy. So they wouldn't have too many awarenesses that are stacking up. Plus the multiverse presence, so their cooldowns won't come around faster. If they have a lot of awareness up, then we're just going to keep bumping into awareness because nobody's going to be able to punch under it. So in any case, let's go ahead and play. So now another plus about Donna Troy is that not so much a plus because Azrael will still go off. However, I can punch under that awareness with Lady Shiva. Now Donna Troy is not a factor. Put the taunt on Doomsday, and that called his assist as well. So that gave him agility ups, stamina ups, and strength ups. Now, you would say use Devastator here. I tried to ramp him up a little bit. I was thinking maybe I should have used, just then I was thinking maybe I should have used Devastator on Azrael. Oh, damn you, Azrael. And here's the thing though. The way Azrael ramps, I mean, if they just improve the percentages of when he's ramping or how he ramps, it would be great to make him ramp more like Azrael. Maybe not attack the same way, but making him ramp like Azrael would be kind of cool. There's no reason on this planet that Azrael should be stronger than Doomsday. And I know we can't get into those arguments of like, well, in real life, Azrael would be murdered by Doomsday. Yeah, well, video game comic books. We can't go by that because then basically none of the physicals would be able to compete. But at the same time, him being so irrelevant as a major character in the Superman universe. Yep, there she is. She wants attention. As being part of a major character in the Superman universe, being this irrelevant for so long, let me better say it, being this irrelevant for so long, I would like to see him get a decent rework. I really would. Give him some empowered strength ups. Give him empowered stamina ups. Make him a nightmare to kill because that's what he was. So, I'm happy with the Captain Atom and the Connor Kent reworks. I'm happy they chose to do them because they did them very, very well. But if I'm being, and I think I'll have a lot of fun playing with him if I'm being real though. Well, look at how much he's ramped right now. Plus he has a taunt on him. So maybe in a PvE battle it would be much better. But if I'm not mistaken, by the time I got him, I'd already cleared all of the heroic campaigns. So he wasn't really much use in leveling him up. Then went 70-11. Let me go ahead and skip this part. Then I went 70-11. And this took him up 70-11. There was no middle. I never had him in the mid game or the early game. So maybe he performs great there. Maybe. I mean, he does ramp like a madman. So, like, looking back over his kit while the match comes up. The match. I've been in Europe too long. Looking at him before the battle comes back up. First off, we stop and pause right here. I mean, the way that he works, he's hard to kill. He buffs a lot. there's not really much that goes on like enemy deaths, but if Devastator kills, then the cooldown is reduced by 3, which is a plus. I mean, maybe he is well, and I do it 70-11, so I can't really count it, but maybe he is a beast and I'm just not giving him his due. Maybe I just got to him too late. Oh, and the explanation. So, I want a Ben Sword to still give him the taunt. I want him to get critical shots because then he'll ramp, as we said before. But then also at the same time, if Kilowog is there and he gets hit with a critical shot, then Kilowog will give him empowered strength ups. Red Hood is there so that we can hopefully take out Spectre and have all their cool meters. What is up with me and the cool meters? Really though? And then they'll have all their turn meters reduced. That is the overall plan. Let's see it in action. So I used Kilowog to give him power strength ups to Doomsday, then gave him the taunt. So now if I get a critical shot, I will get more power strength ups, as you can see there. Devastator on who? See, I'm scared to do Devastator on Harley Quinn because I'm worried about her dying and then Spectre going off. I still need to get rid of Spectre. And Spectre being they just stripped all of that work I did to do the ramping. Dadgummit, Spectre. Dadgummit. And now he's basically useless because he's stunned and I can't purge the stun, so we got to wait around for his turn. So then after this battle, I'm going to go ahead and take you into... Look at Kilowog over there killing Spectre. After this one, I'm going to go ahead and go into the stats, and then we'll have 2 more videos. I feel like I'm being so negative about him, and I think it's just because of my experience with him. Maybe he's... And guys, comment below. Like, any of you guys who have more experience with Doomsday or have, like, a better experience with him, go ahead and comment below. Go ahead and hit me up. Like, let me know if he's been, like, the bane to me is Doomsday for you. Maybe. I don't know. So let's go ahead and go into the stats. Boom. So speed, he's 162nd. There are 178 tunes in the game, so he's a little bit slow. HP 28. Now don't let that, like I said this before, don't let that necessarily fool you. Top 30ish is really, really good because the highest level is 42k, and that's a Ben Sword, around 42k. Strength is 89. This needs to change immediately because I know he ramps up with the strength ups, but it needs to be one or the other, I guess, to keep him from being OP. Either change the strength ups to empower strength ups or boost up his strength. Now, he came out, like if we're going by comic book lore, when he came out, he was cracking skulls. Like he didn't have to ramp. He was strong already. And then when Superman got involved, he just seemed to do this whole like, yeah, you're just not going to take me out. Kind of reminded me of a certain someone else from a different universe. Perhaps a different color. Anyway, and you don't want to make him angry, but Doomsday just came in angry. So, I mean, having him start off with higher strength and then keeping the strength ups, I think might be the way to go, as opposed to keeping this strength and then having the empower strengths up. Let him come out strong. Let him come out swinging. Let him be a tank that just lays down devastating shots. And then intelligence is 91. We don't care too much about that. It's in the lower half. But truth be told, that means he's susceptible to special damage. Okay, cool. Other than that, like him being that slow, the HP levels are good. And that low on strength, and he's only ramping with strength ups, and you have to ramp him a lot. A lot. Like yeah, that would be my suggestion. Anyway, so we're going to go back to the videos. Oh, somebody wants attention. What you want attention for? All right, let me put you down. Let me put, oh. She doesn't want to go down. Look at her. She does that little, there you go. So, let's go on. Next. So now this is where I'm stunting. This is where I'm stunting. That's just, because here's, full disclosure, behind the curtain. I can't get him to work in PvP. Like, I mean, I've done some, I would say I would try a lot more, but I'm not about to waste 30 PvP energy on him. But every battle that I would put him into to try to showcase him, the whole team would fail. And so this one I'm doing like a 3-team against a physical team. And it was that same theory/thought process of make him a taunter and then let him get empowered strength ups and ramp up himself as he's getting critical shots. But putting him on a team in PvP for that day that I was recording all of these videos on my phone, I could not get him to work on any other teams and showcase him. My team would win, but he would die basically immediately. So, yep, empower strength ups over to him, turn him into a taunter, and then any attack that's critical, he will get more empower strength ups, and hopefully be able to take out a bunch of physicals. I feel like I'm being so. But I gotta be real. This is subjective. This is a subjective judgment, 100%. But I will say this: in terms of PvP usefulness, you do not see him around in PvP. Nobody uses him in PvP. I don't hear anybody talking about him. I doubt anybody's gonna jump up and cape up for Doomsday right now. So, truth be told, collect his frags in case of a rework. Definitely, 100%. However, don't invest anything into him unless you just absolutely need him or you're very early game and you're like, I need a PvE damage dealer that ramps. Because look at this. Even against physicals, it's taking him a minute to get through them. Because he is our primary damage dealer. It's taking him a minute to get through them. And in the meantime, the rest of the team is suffering for it. He's the feature. Hell, Kilowog had to kill the last one. So like... Now let's see how his kit works out. Okay, this is the heroic node, chapter 8, or heroic campaign, chapter 8, final node. I told you guys I've been doing this to see how the kits interact with, like how the abilities interact with themselves. So we just go ahead and put that on auto and see what happens. So now, and here's the other thing too. I don't know if we will receive critical shots from these minions, I guess. But yo, come on, 70-11, and you're hitting these minions, really. And you can't one-shot them? And you're ramped with strength ups now. And you hit for 34K. Like, you got... He's ramping, and he's going to get there eventually to where he's going to start one-shotting. However, yeah, 374,000. That was impressive. That was very impressive. So he's one-shotting now. It took him a few rounds to ramp up. So he's one-shotting now. 90K without critting. 205 critting. Yo, that's nuts. And that's actually legitimately nuts. So maybe he is just a PvE beast for a heroic campaign. I don't know. Maybe I should try. No, I was about to say maybe I should try him in Nightmare campaign, but that's just me asking to lose my energy. So, he's not useful in PvP at all. If you're still trying to make it through a heroic campaign, then maybe you should invest some. See, you were indecisive. You didn't even want to be up here. Now I'm giving you the spotlight. Now you want to act like I'm abusing you. So, in any case, I don't think... You know what? I might do it after I could clear Nightmare campaign. Just put him in there one time to see what happens. Although I think the outcome will not be good. I'm going to put so much protection around him, and I don't think he's going to be able to ramp enough to cause any kind of real damage or be any kind of contributor in PvP. But in Nightmare campaign. But we'll see. Do not take him up 70, 11, 60, 10, or 59, because I don't want to say 59. It just sounds like 59 and not 50 and then 9. Don't take him up or put any resources into him if you need him for PvP, because you don't need it for PvP because he's useless in PvP. Only put resources into him if you're still going through campaign and you're trying to get past it and you've run into a wall, you don't have enough depth, you don't have enough characters, then put the resources into him. Other than that, he's just a bench warmer, collect his frags and wait for the rework. But thank you guys for watching. I drop these other videos every Monday, Wednesday, Friday. So please please subscribe. Also, the Discord video, it will be coming out today. You'll find a link in the Discord, the one about PvP strategies. So be on the lookout for that. Thank you guys for watching. Please please subscribe. If you don't like it, hit subscribe and hit dislike. I'm okay with that as well. And I'll see you guys next time.